morning. Okay, hey you guys, so happy September team. This is so amazing. So this is our downline team call. Usually it's the first Monday of the month, but the first Monday was September 7th, and that's Labor Day. And so I really appreciate you guys kind of tweaking the schedule a little bit and being present and being on tonight. I really, really appreciate it. I just felt like capitalizing on meeting up with you guys on the first day of the month made a lot of sense. So, but plan on next month, our team call being the first Monday of the month. This was just kind of a special occasion. But wanted to make sure that we kind of touch base tonight. So tonight I'm going to go over just some nuts and bolts of the month to start with. And then I'm going to dive into kind of our theme and our focus for the month. And we're going to kind of dig into some mindset, because I think that's a huge part of what we do that keeps us rolling, especially right now. And I'm going to leave you with I hope, a plan that really helps you feel super confident and successful about what to do this month with your business to be really successful and set yourself up for success to help as many people as you can. I'm also going to be doing a little bit of reading from the book that I haven't stopped talking about yet. Like, this book was really good. Like, I won't say, like, I don't know what it is, because this book is so simple. And I feel like even the author, Jordan Dooley, says, like, I wrote it for, like, it's like written, a fifth grader could read it, like, it's so easy, it's so simple, but sometimes that's what we need, is easy and simple to really connect with us. But I'm going to read a little bit from Own Your Everyday by Jordan Lee Dooley. This is a book that I gift to people a lot right now. Like, my early bird special for my challenge groups are getting this book, and everything is just really, really good. And I think that any woman needs to read this book, no matter how old you are, even though it was written by a 20-something, right? I mean, it's really good, and I wish I would have had it. So get your hands on this book and gift this book to anyone that you know, especially those girls that are their 20-somethings. They need this book. I could have saved myself a lot by reading this book earlier in life. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm recording this, so I'll upload the recording tomorrow, and then I will also give you the slides for tonight, so you guys just write down whatever you need to write down, okay? All right, so I'm gonna go to present, and I make all my presentations in Canva. It's really easy. So you guys can always do the same. You can duplicate that really easily. All right, you guys. So this is the cover photo for the team page. And I just wanted to go over a couple things with you, because I know sometimes, even though it's the cover photo and it's right in front of us, we don't always read what's on it, or it just doesn't resonate because we're doing things so quickly and scrolling quickly. But, just so you know, the exact same MBF Challenge Pack special is going on in the month of September as well. So that makes me really happy, because I can use all the same graphics and, the same, when I'm talking to people about the packages, I can use the same thing. But I also feel like so many people are still, like, it's so possible for so many people to get started on their journey. It's very realistic. The pricing, the investment they're making is well worth it. So that is the same challenge pack special. But you guys, tomorrow pumpkin spice Shakeology drops, and check out the FAQ. It gives you all the info that you need. You get 25% off as a coach. What was it? Salted caramel sold out in the first 12 hours, and pumpkin spice is a fan favorite, and people go nuts over this one. So I have no clue if it's going to sell out, but I do know that it's a great opportunity for you to try a seasonal flavor, since pumpkin spice is the rave. And it's also a great option to have a healthier pumpkin spice fix for yourself. I know if you're addicted to the Starbucks mochas, or the Starbucks pumpkin spice, that's not usually on plan. Maybe it's your one treat for the week or something like that, but it's a really great option. It's something also to share with your current coaches and challengers, to give them something new and different. It does not replace your home direct order. You can't put it on home direct. It's just it's a seasonal product. So just know that as well. It's kind of nice to get some extra Shakeology too, since we are having shipping delays on a lot of our Shakeology. And so, you know, when I got salted caramel, it came super, super fast. Last time, it's like they were expediting those orders because they had it in stock ready to go. So I got my salted caramel right away. So if you're running low on your Shakeology stash, or you want to have something fun to give out as gifts, or, you know, for little promos for people, or, you know, gift with purchase, this is a really fun option to take advantage of that. So get your hands on some pumpkin spice tomorrow. I don't know. You can share in the chat box if you guys are fans of it. But I know that there's people that are like, who has extra boxes? I ran out. You know, that kind of thing. A lot of people love it. I really enjoy pumpkin spice myself, so it's really, really good. And then the last thing I wanted to up on here is that on this September 9th, Beachbody On Demand challenge packs are updating, in that the BOD annual access challenge packs will be having also UPF and 2B mindset attached to those. And so those will be part of the free upgrades with those challenge pack purchases, where people will be able to get those nutritional programs just like they were getting with MBF. But all of that will not be updated and launched in the Coach Online Officer share cart until September the 9th. And so the timing of that, I don't know, but just kind of heads up so that you can keep that in mind as you're talking to people about getting them started on their journey. You know, some people are like, no, I don't want MBF. That's not what I want. Well, now we can still offer them, you know, a regular run-of-the-mill challenge pack without the MBF accessories or anything like that, but they're still going to get the nutritional programs, which makes me so thankful that Beachbody has done that for our clients and customers and new coaches coming in. The last thing that I want to mention on here, the last two things, is that 30-day breakaway sample workout is launching on Monday, September 14th. And I'm very excited about that. I can't wait to hear from Alex and Jennifer about how they love the program. I was just kind of chit-chatting with Jenny, where she said Jennifer might, you know, do a team call for us where she talks about her experiences with that. And I think it would be awesome. So just kind of heads up, that's coming our way. And then the last thing is, I'm just so thankful that we now have a mindfulness opportunity to offer people, and a new mindfulness channel, on a meditation channel on our Beachbody On Demand. I don't know have you guys checked out, like, share in the chat if you've done any of the Elise meditations or anything like that on BOD yet. Yesterday I did Elise's I Am Balanced, and it was wonderful. It was so wonderful because I love Elise anyway. And 4 minutes of her like speaking into my head and helping me meditate into this mantra, I am balanced, was perfect for my Monday coming back from vacation. And so, but actually there's more coming to that channel, and there's an unstressed meditation that's launching. So just lots of great things coming. I want to read the chat box and see what you guys have done here. Okay, I'm going to open it here. All right. Elise is amazing. Great way. You did the I am strong. Hillary did. Randy did the I am positive one today. Oh, I love it. Yes. Okay, cool. Love it, love it, love it. All right. So moving forward, okay, I want to draw your attention to something I've added to the team page. Uh-oh, too many clicks. Okay, so something added to the team page, which was something that I've been working on, and it's something so simple for all of us, but it's a great place to direct your new coaches, and that's kind of what I would love for you to do, is that I just kind of compiled all of our team events in September, made a calendar, made a post on the Fit Fighter Nation page. And so that way, when you're welcoming your new coaches, you can also tag them on the calendar. And that just gives them a focal point and a place to say, okay, I know what's going on. I know where to plug in. I know what's happening on the team this month. You might have extra things going on your team or something different, but here's one way that they can plug into it. You know, most of our calls, trainings, events, all of Sweaty Saturdays, all of that are happening via Zoom. And so we also make events for those that have the Zoom link. People can RSVP, but here's a calendar. It's just another visual cue for people to stay organized. But also, one of the things that I'm also like making an announcement is our new coach welcome. So I know a lot of you guys are bringing new coaches on, and you're kind of like, I'm not really sure what to do. You know, we're working on a new coach playbook where we actually are teaching you how to bring on clients and customers and coaches and helping them get started right. But just so you know that right now, what you can do, add them to the team page, welcome them, shout them out, tag them on my new coach welcome, tag them on the calendar. So that way they have it's like a landing place, and it's a place to say, okay, and they can hear from me kind of about what successful coaches are doing and how a new coach can get involved on our team and what's important for a new coach. and then they can see what's going on and get plugged in immediately to our culture, into our community. So that's something to keep in mind. I will be doing another new coach welcome for all of our new coaches who join us in August tomorrow at noon, live on our team page. So it's not in a Zoom that people have to like come to or anything like that. I'm just going to go live at noon. You guys can, and I will pin it to the top. It'll be there all month, and it'll be like our new coach welcome for the month. And so I plan to do that every single month, so that that's something that you guys can count on. It's some, you know, it just makes sense, and everybody is getting acquainted and welcome to the team and feels like they know what's going on. So just so you know that. Okay, that's all for the nuts and bolts. Let's jump into this. All right, you guys. So last month, I loved our theme last month, where August was the month of opening doors. And I still want you to like remember that and keep that in mind, because that's what we're doing as coaches. We're opening the door, and a lot of you opened the door to a lot of people last month, and some people didn't walk through the door. They're still looking in, but you got to keep your doors open and sharing what you are doing and inviting people to be a part of this journey with you. I just keep being reminded every single day how blessed we are to have this community. Like, I love that we're getting results, that we're getting healthier, that we're becoming more mindful, that we're, you know, building this awesome tribe. But I think what's even more incredible is that I am watching people walk through really hard times in their lives right now, and they're coming out on the other side, or they're able to stay upright, or they're walking through with more confidence. And it's because of this community. Like, people are waking up with purpose, with passion, with more energy, and that's all because of this community. And that's because you're opening your doors and you're leaving them open, and you're letting people come in and see what you're doing and join you on this journey and join your teams. And it's beautiful and it's awesome, and I want you to stay with that and keep that in mind. But I want to add to that this month. Our doors are still open. You know, we're still welcoming people in. We're still letting them see what we're doing every single day as a coach, every single day, you know, as a mom, as a woman, you know, as a whoever on this journey. But also this month, I really want us to focus on, and I'm going to take this a totally different way, but to control what we can. And I was reminded of that so many times when we were at Disney this past weekend, which was like, everybody was like, I can't believe you went to Disney. But then everybody's like, that's so cool that you went to Disney. But we did, because Disney opened their doors, right? They were like, come on in. It's safe. It's awesome. Like, you'll be good here. And we trust Disney because we've been so many times, and we love Disney, and we had to go and we had to try it out. When we got there, we didn't know what we were going to face. Right? We didn't know what it was going to be like, what other people were going to be like, if it was still going to be the way we imagined it. And we were scared, but we chose to control what we could. You know, we knew we would be encountering the public. We would be on an airplane. We would be in an airport. We would be in a hotel, right? We would be in restaurants, but we chose to take what we knew, take all of our tools, take all of our resources, do our research, and control what we could, which was wiping off every surface that we touched, using lots of hand sanitizer, wearing our masks, keeping the physical distance away from people, doing the things that you know what we need to do. But I'm looking at that and I'm like, wow, this is what we need to do this month in our business. Instead of pouting, and this comes from Jordan Lee Dooley's book, Own Your Everyday, instead of pouting about what we can't control, because there's a lot we can't control right now. There's so much, and even outside of being in a global pandemic and, you know, having kiddos at home and all the things and all these uncertainties, and so many of you going back to work as teachers or whatever it is that you do, it's so off, right? And it's really messing with our mindset and our energy and our positivity. It's really hard to be positive, but instead of pouting about what we can't control, we need to learn how to implement discipline and intentionality in the things that we can control. And that sentence right there, I reread it again this morning, and I was like, yes, like, this is exactly what we need to talk about this month. And I've been thinking about it for a while, didn't know how to frame it, but today it all became very clear to me. And so I do have a lot of tangible tips to give you, but we're going to focus on this concept of controlling what we can right now when it comes to our business, when it comes to growing our teams, when it comes to building this business right now, because I know sometimes it seems paralyzing, you know, and we're going to hopefully overcome that tonight. It's a new season, right? Fall, September 1st. Like it's supposed to be this amazing, magical, wonderful time of high school football, of college football, of, just all these wonderful memories that we have, at least in the Midwest, when the trees start to change and everything like that. And a lot of those things are different for us. And that carries over into our business, those feelings where things are very different, this new season, in many ways, right? And this new season that we're in does have a lot of roadblocks, and there are a lot of new normals. There's a lot of unfigured out dreams, right? And that can be paralyzing, and it can create fear within us, which breeds limiting beliefs, which will then hold us back from moving forward. And if we recognize that, we can do something with that. I think about us going to Disney, taking a picture in front of the castle, and we weren't allowed to take our masks off. If we took our masks off, we would not have gotten the photo. The photographer would not have taken the picture. So I'm like, all right, here we are, smiling underneath our mask in front of the castle. It was still felt the same though. It was just new. It was just different. Here's Avery at home. My kids are home now at 1:30 in the afternoon, and they come home with homework to do, the things they maybe could have done at school with the teacher, but they're at school less time. Totally new normal routine for us. I have not seen or hugged most of you since January. I see you on Zoom calls all the time, and it's driving me crazy, but I'm choosing to show up with my hair and makeup done and an outfit on and showered for you because it's a new normal. I'm showing up for work in a new way, right? I don't get to see you in person. I haven't hugged you in so long. Like, I can't stand it, but it's our new normal, and it's something that we could allow it. We could let that cause us to have lots of fear, limiting beliefs. And really, for you new coaches and you guys that have been with us, I'm seeing the lack of connection, of those live events maybe affect your belief and your value in this community. And I want you to just hang on tight, because the next time we can all get together, and the next time we can hug each other, and you can be at these live trainings and these live super workouts, and meet the super trainers in person, you are going to understand why we are all here 8 years later. And so I'm seeing a lot of my new coaches lose their zest and lose their energy because these roadblocks, these obstacles, this new season, this new normal, it's really getting to them. And so letting go of this community is something that, I don't know, they're doing a little bit easier. And I want you all to know, like, hold on, because I think it's very challenging that we haven't been together. So the more that you can tune into our live calls like this, Zoom calls with your team, getting on power hours, the more that fear will subside and your limiting beliefs will start to dwindle. Please trust me on that. And so instead of focusing on the challenges of the new normal, I think what we can do is that we can focus on, oh, there's a couple other pictures that aren't showing up. What if I click again? Will it show up? No, such a bummer. Okay, there is a picture of Erica over here. There's a picture of Tyler and Avery drinking their Shakeology. Okay, well, so sorry. I don't know why that's not coming up. But sometimes our hardest seasons, and this has been a reality for me in so many different ways, and I'm sure that you can relate to this in other hard seasons of your life, that sometimes our hardest seasons can sometimes be the best for us. And it's hard to realize it when you're in the thick of it. But I've always said, I think our true colors come shining through when we're dealing with really hard events. What's important to us, our priorities will always rise to the top. And I do believe that these rough patches in life and in these seasons will shape us, and they make us who we are. And we can choose to let them defeat us, or you can choose to help them make you stronger and make you that warrior within. For me, I've gone through so many crazy, awful things in life that I would never wish upon anyone else. And I'm sure a lot of you could say the same thing, but I've always chosen to say, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? I will never forget the day that I watched my dad cry for the very first time, right? Like, our dads are always like the strongest people ever, right? And I remember watching him just sob the very first time. And this was after he had to file bankruptcy after my brother died at the age of 4 because of the medical debt that they had accrued as a family, and because he got kind of taken advantage of in a small business deal. And I watched my dad just crumble right in front of me. And right then and there, instead of letting that define me and my path and who I was to become, going through this horrific grief and horrific like moment and living through this side by side with my dad, right? I chose to say, this will never happen ever again. This will never happen. We will never live this way ever again. And I know that's driven me to be the person that I am today. I know that I can take heartache and grief and I can channel it into something positive. And I know that we all can do that same thing too. And I look at the people on our team, right? And pumpkin spice is what you can see right now. That was like my lighthearted moment of this slide. But I look at the people like Erica, who's walked through really hard seasons in her life and who chose to lean into this business and has gotten the most amazing results this year ever, right? In her business and also on her personal journey. And I look at Gina, who's gone through incredibly hard seasons, but she's leaned into her journey and she showed up as a leader for her community and for her team and for our team. And she is having incredible results with her team and on her physical journey. And I look at the leaders on our team that we've struggled through so much and we've had to uplift everyone and like kind of corral the troops and keep everybody focused. And we're still meeting and still collaborating and coming up with the most amazing ideas for our team coming up. I look at this time when our family has had to spend more time together, but we chose to look at it as getting to spend more time together. My children are now drinking Shakeology every single day because we had a chance during this pandemic to figure out their favorite recipe and for them to learn how to blend it themselves. And now they're getting their superfoods in every single day. And so if we choose to keep our heart open and our minds and our eyes open, we never know when that next yes that we could make for ourselves to an opportunity, to a choice, or someone else could say yes to us as well, obviously, will turn out to be the best thing ever, the best step ever taken. And so while we can choose to see all of these roadblocks and obstacles and oh my gosh, there's so much, right? There's so much. We can choose to let it define us. We can choose to let it slow us down, or we can look at the opportunities and the blessings and the amazing opportunities right in front of us and take hold of them and say, yes, I can do this. And yes, I will take another step forward. Yes, I will see this as an opportunity to make myself better, to become better, to learn from this and see how I can apply it in the future, right? Like there's so many opportunities in that. And then so instead of pouting, again, I'm going to read this again, about what we can't control, we can learn to implement discipline and intentionality in the things we can control. So I would love to see what you guys, I want to ask you all to share in the chat box here, just what comes to mind right now in our business with this opportunity, with our teams, with our challenge groups, with our health and fitness journey, right? What is it that right now, even if things are crazy, okay, and we're in this messed up season, right, of life, what is it that you can control right now? I would love for y'all to just like rattle off things in the chat box. What is it that you know that you can control right now when it comes to your business, when it comes to your journey as a coach, as a challenger? What is that? I'm going to open the chat. Showing up for myself and my team. I can control when I go to bed. Mindset. Positive thoughts and influence on each other. Getting up early. Being intentional with my morning. Posting on social media. Mindset. Showing up, mindset. Oh, thank you, Erica. I can control when I get up each morning and showing up for Lily's amazing 6 a.m. power hours, pushing play no matter what, even at 8 p.m. I know. I push play at like 6:30, Jenny. I know. The energy I bring to my groups. Going to the gym with college girls who are scared and doing MBF with them. I love that idea. Getting in my Shakeology, absolutely. What are all the things we can control, even if things are out of our control? Fueling my body with amazing food, yes. Healthy eating, yes. My schedule, well, most days. My morning practice and PD every day. Those are awesome. We can control so much. Sticking to my nutrition plan, yep. We have control over all of that. My reactions, that's perfect. Oh, but that's so hard, Amanda. I know, I can control how I react to others. Lindsay said the same thing. the energy I bring into every situation that is in your control. Showing up no matter the chaos going on in the background. Yep. Have wins first thing in the morning. Be there for others. Adjusting my schedule on short notice. I can control a plan B every time. Being the light. Amen. Cheering others on. You guys are awesome. My thoughts. Not my first thought, but my thoughts after that. How I encourage others. Okay, this is awesome. Okay, you can keep sharing them, but I'm going to keep moving forward. Okay, so we can control so much, right? We can control so much. And so one of the things that came up was our mindset. Okay, and I'm going to read this to you. And I'm also going to make this, I'm going to read this, don't read it ahead of me, but like you can read along with me. This daily declaration, I'm going to make it a graphic that you can save on your phone and read this every single morning. So I'm going to read something to you first, okay? This is a declaration for you to speak out loud and take with you long after we leave this call tonight. Listen to the words and pay attention to the lines that resonate with you the most right now. After tonight, I want you to save this. You could take a screenshot now. You could take a picture right now, but I will put it on a graphic, but not until tomorrow. And I want you to read this every single morning. This is a daily declaration that will help you kick your limiting beliefs, that will help you live your life with purpose and intentionality even before you start the day, even before a single negative thought can creep into your head. I've been reading this every single morning for the past week and a half, and it's been magical. And it is from Own Your Everyday. And this is something that Jordan wrote. I might not be where I want to be, but I am where I am supposed to be. My circumstances do not define me. I'll press on past the pressure to prove because God made me on purpose for a purpose. I'll choose to see people. I'll choose to share my story even before I get to the happy ending. I'll give my gifts away instead of just looking for my gift. Instead of avoiding failure, I'll bravely step into the fun of the adventure. I'll be a culture changer instead of being changed by the culture. I'll celebrate the beauty of this season and the challenges that come with change. I'll embrace the waiting, and in the middle of it, I'll love people with a heart of intentional purpose. Imagine if you added that to your morning practice. To your day. Maybe you don't have a morning practice, and maybe this is something that you can control doing, reading, thinking, reciting, declaring every single day before you get up. This is something you can control. Your mindset, how you choose to start your day, how you choose to start your business session, right? What if you read this before your 6 a.m. power hour? Your 9 a.m., your 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. power hour, whenever it happens for you. What if you did that? Imagine the click, right, that would happen, that switch that would happen in your brain towards a more positive intention when you sit down to do your work, right? Or when you get to do your work, or even if you did this before you did your workout, it doesn't matter. But there's so much that we can do to help ourselves during seasons of change. I'd even argue that this day, right now, this very season of unfigured outedness might be the very best thing for you. I believe even our hardest days can sometimes be the best things for us. Think about that. Would you be who you are today without the rough patches and hard seasons that have shaped you to who you are now? I doubt it. Embrace these days, whatever they look like for you. Instead of pouting about what you can't control, learn to implement discipline and intentionality in the things you can. You can get over your pride and ask for help. You can choose to quit gossiping, remove yourself from drama, or be kind to that difficult person in your life. Please don't be so obsessed with figuring out how to do everything that you overlook the opportunity to live like the girl you see in your dreams. The girl who's compassionate, confident, joyful, secure in her identity, and able to influence people wherever she goes. Live like that now before it's all figured out. Don't be so focused on figuring it out that you don't give yourself the freedom to step into all that is in this season. Stop tripping yourself up, sis. It's really so simple. Keep your heart, mind, and eyes open. You never know when your next yes will be the best step you've ever taken. I love it. Only opportunities in front of us. So I want to take that, knowing that we can control what we can. I've given you something that you can use to control your mindset. But I also want to help you dig into creating discipline, that discipline part. Learn to implement discipline and intentionality in things you can control. Okay? Working our business, that kind of came up in some of the things that you all said. Creating discipline and intentionality with your business. Okay? We have to have a plan. A lot of you have great plans and you've got it all laid out. And some of you are like, kind of sort of doing it and you're wondering if you're on the right track or could you be doing more? Are you doing the right things? A lot of you are working from a tracker. This is great because this is accountability for your activity. But I also believe that you need a more specific business plan. We talked last night on our diamond plan about being CEOs and knowing why you're working really hard in your business and why showing up each day is so important, right? And not giving into those limiting beliefs and letting them hold you back. But showing up, sometimes we need to know how, right? And we want to crush this thing and we want to do amazing things. And so good business owners also have a business plan. It's what we can control. And it allows us to be very intentional, because the reality is so many of us don't have a lot of time at all. And, we're being pulled in so many different directions. And not only that, maybe it's not about time, but maybe it's about energy or creativity or just like capacity in your brain to handle more. And so if we have an intentional plan that we can execute with purpose and confidence, we will do so much and be way more productive and effective. And so that's what I'm really going to start to dig into you with and be really specific about. So really successful coaches in this business do these two columns of work, okay, every single month. They're fun. And the left-hand side here is all about your personal journey, right? And we know this, but sometimes we just need to hear it again and again. We follow a fitness program. We can control that. We follow a nutrition plan. You all said that. Like you said this. We can control these things. We can be a part of a challenge group and be like an active, awesome member of a challenge group. We can control that. We can meal plan and prep weekly, right? And we can rock our morning routine and own our day. We can control all of that. Even if we have brand new babies at home, we can still execute all of these things in pockets of time and random pockets of time. Even if we work morning shift or night shift or whatever, we can execute all of this. Then on the right-hand side, this is what business building coaches are doing intentionally, okay? This is what, if somebody says, I want to build a business, and you're telling me to invite and you're telling me to connect and do all the things, but like, what's the bigger picture here? Okay, well, business building coaches, people who want to build this business, they're working from goals. They have a goal for the week. Well, we only work backwards. It's kind of like, where are you going this year with your business? A lot of people are like, I want to be diamond. I want to be 2-star diamond. Okay, awesome. You have a goal for the year, where you want to end the year. But then you have to look at that and say, well, what do I need to achieve this month to get closer to that? Okay. And then you need to say, well, what do I need to do this week? Because I think that's the missing piece, is that we're like, I'm going to be 2-star. I'm like, okay, what are you going to do this week to make that happen? Right? What are we going to do that's going to channel, that's going to funnel into that? And so we kind of have to know where we're going, right? We also, business building coaches, they have business hours, right? We're business owners. And they're here, there, and everywhere. They're in pockets. They're in an hour of time. They're in 20 minutes of time. But we wake up each day and we're like, I will be working my business in these times at these hours. And then I always have a backup, because I feel like something always happens and I'm like, okay, that didn't happen at 9, so I'm going to do it at 1. Okay. Like, I've got a backup. Like, I will work my business every single day that I can. Okay. We are also working from a list, meaning like, if I jump on a power hour with Lily, okay, just because hers are rocking, right? I haven't been able to get on Lily's yet. Okay. If I get on a power hour with Lily and she's like, invite 5 people, I got to be like, are these just pop and poof out of thin air? No, I have a list of names down of people that I'm going to be talking to. And so we started back in the day, Eric and I, with a Mac Daddy list of 200 names that we worked from for 2-3 years. Okay. That we just kept adding, removing people, whatever, but we worked from a list. We also plug into live calls. We use a tracking system for accountability. We Sunday game plan our week ahead, because this all doesn't just happen. You got to be intentional about it. It's like, hi, Millie. I see Millie right there. Okay. So you're right in the center of my screen and I see you. And then we have a monthly marketing plan. Okay. Now that's highlighted and bolded because that's what I'm really going to jump into. All of these other things, all these other lessons, you're going to get all kinds of awesome training on the Rise Up Leaders page. There's great resources. There's awesome stuff. If you are a working coach on our team, you want to build your business, you want to build your team, you need to be a part of the Rise Up Leaders. Okay. But I want to jump into this monthly marketing plan. Okay. So creating a monthly marketing plan, it's kind of like my friend Allison, who owns the Wild Bohemian Boutique. She knows when she's launching a line. She knows when she's going to promote it on Instagram. She knows when she's running a sale. Like it's very intentional. It doesn't just poof, pop into out of thin air. I know I've said poof like twice now. Okay. But she has a plan. All business owners have a plan for their business. And that's part of your job too. And what's cool about that is you get to decide what that looks like. But basically, this is also controlling what we can. The month of September, what's our plan? What are we going to do? What are we inviting people to? What are we going to host? How do we want to help people? How do we want to serve people? How do we want to love people? How do we want to show up for people this month? You get to decide that. And that's what I love, love, love about this business. And it's honestly what I've had so much fun with. I've had so much fun leading challenge groups and being like, oh, back to school, back to you, or, free group, crock pots or Instapots or whatever, like fun. Like this is fun stuff, like a way to serve people, meet them where they are, that will be fun, that will create community, that'll create an awesome culture. Like we get to do all of those things. And so coaches have a marketing plan. They have a pretty good idea of what they're going to share on social media. I don't know, a lot of days I'm winging it, you guys, to be honest. But for the most part, I'm like, this isn't the vibe I want to put out this week. This is what what I'm inviting to. This is kind of what I want to talk about. I kind of have ideas. And I know ahead of time what I'm going to put on social. I know ahead of time what I'm going to put on stories. Okay. I kind of know, like, I need to up my engagement. Like, I have these ideas. Again, I've learned all of this from the trainings that we've all put out for all of you guys. Okay. I've learned this over time, and you guys can learn this too, but just by doing. But you've got to be intentional about those kind of things, and you can control that. Someone even said that in our chat box. But also, coaches who are building their business, they are controlling what they can with their marketing plan by inviting to, participating in, leading a challenge group every month, and at least a free group every 4 to 6 weeks. Because in our business, people don't just knock on our doors and beat them down. We've got to bring people into our funnel. Our funnels are really big, okay? And we're filling them up with people, and only a few people come out the bottom to be coaches or customers on our team. And so we have to lead free groups. You have to have free opportunities for people. And that's part of a good business plan, okay? Is having opportunities like this. And then also, we know that the only way to continue growing our teams and growing our businesses to advance in rank, advance in income, advance in influence is to grow our teams. And that comes from inviting people to be a part of the business with us. And so good business owners are participating in, inviting to a business opportunity each month. Okay. So these are the things when you look at your September calendar, you're like, I want to build my business. On your September calendar, you've got a challenge group you're going to start. You've got a free group you're going to invite people to, and you've got a business opportunity event. And the good news is that for most of you, your upline coaches are hosting these, and you're able to be a part of those. You're able to co-lead those. You're able to invite into them. You're able to do them all on your own too. You can team up with anyone here on our team and do them together as well. And also, we're hosting open houses for you. So we've got a great plan for you, but let me kind of show you what this looks like. So this is a really ugly looking calendar, but it has all the right information on it. Okay, it's a little fuzzy, so don't judge, okay? But this is the month of September. And this is what my marketing plan like outline looks like. Okay, this is what I'm doing in the month of September. Okay, I have to move you guys out of the way. You're like at the top and I can't see. So, for example, my challenge group for September started prep week this week. Also, pumpkin spice launches tomorrow, which doesn't, to me, like, it means a lot, but it's not, I mean, it's not like rocking my world right now and making me think I have a million things to do. Like, I'm going to post about it in the challenge group. I'm going to talk to people about it. I'm going to get mine. I'm going to, whatever. I'm aware of it. I'm going to take part in it. And, but I'm not going to like make $1 million from it tomorrow. Okay. But I also am aware we've got a launch. Okay. That's something we need to be aware of. I know when my challenge group is starting. So my September challenge group, day 1 is on the 7th. Okay. I know when our Sweaty Saturday opportunities are, because that's a team event, but it's also open to the public for us to invite people to. We're hosting 2 business opportunity open houses this month. I'm going to run a free group. It's going to coincide with a 30-day breakaway sample workout so that everyone can try that. I'm aware of the meditation launch. And then I know when my next challenge group is going to start in October, which October 1st will start prep week, prep days, whatever. Okay. Like skeleton of the business plan. Okay. Now I'm going to add a bunch to this in the next slide. So what this does though, okay, this is the plan. This tells me how to be intentional with my time, how to show up, where to show up, and more importantly, what I'm putting my energy into in terms of my invites. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next slide. It's going to fill up here, so don't freak out on me. It's messy. So now I know if I'm going to start a challenge group starting the first 2 weeks of the month, okay, if I'm going to start a challenge group on Monday, September 7th, that I'm going to focus heavily on my invites, on my stories, behind the scenes conversations, inviting people to that challenge group. Okay. I also know that I'm going to run a free group coming up in a couple weeks. So all those people that kind of don't follow through, go into the witness protection program, start ghosting me, or end up not being able to follow through with their share card or whatever, I'm going to invite them to be part of the free group that's going to start on the 15th or the 14th. So I have a default, right? Then I'm also going to be, inviting people to be part of the open house. So my current people that are rocking MBF right now, that I'm running across on social media, that fit my vision for my team, and really just somebody that I want to have on my team, I'm going to be really focused heavily on inviting them the second week leading up to the open house. So while I'm using my tracker and I'm inviting people to coaching and talking about coaching and dropping coach connections all the time, I'm going to really heavily focus my invites all on coaching right before that open house to get people in that open house. So knowing what I'm inviting people to helps direct my focus on social media, what I'm putting in my stories, what I'm breadcrumbing in my stories, and also what I'm inviting people to. We should always have something to invite people to. We should be able to work a power hour any day of the week and invite people to be on this journey with us. Inviting them to a free group, inviting them to our challenge groups, inviting them to open houses, inviting them to whatever, try a sample workout, to do a meditation challenge with me, whatever it is. And I mean, this is where you get to be creative. This is where you get to have a lot of fun with this. But this is where knowing what you're inviting people to gives you so much purpose when you don't have a lot of capacity in your brain because there's so much happening. When you sit down and you just say, what am I going to do this month? What's it going to look like to help give you that direction? And so, I'm only leading in the month of September one challenge group, but I'm going to always be inviting to that challenge group. I'm always going to be inviting people to coaching, right? Because sometimes it takes more than one conversation. It takes more than one, sending, a sample workout or whatever. because anyone can join our team at any time. Anyone can get plugged into the open house at any time. Anyone can get plugged into my challenge group at any time. It's just that I'm going to focus my energy on filling the challenge group, filling the open house, filling the free group, right? See what I'm saying? The launches are kind of extra bonuses for me this month. It's just going to help me add value to my challenge groups. It's going to help my coaches get more products and try them. You know, that's going to give a little bit of extra fun to our challenge group that we can start these meditations, right? It's just extra added bonus and value that I'm able to offer people, and then share that to see why people would want to be a part of what we're doing. And so this is kind of what that looks like. So this would be like a business marketing plan for a Beachbody coach, at least in my opinion. You know, I think it looks differently for everybody, but each week I have a focus pretty much of what I'm inviting people to and where my energy is going. And so with that being said, we don't need to be so focused on figuring out the invites, on figuring out and knowing all the answers, right? We don't need to know all of the answers, right? We just need to step into what is being offered to us in this season right now. We just need to do, we just need to act, we just need to take action. This is a business where you learn as you go, as you do. You don't learn, and then do, because I did that with my college education of being a teacher, right? And I still didn't know jack diddly squat, right? Until I got into my classroom with the kids, and then I figured it out as I went, because every school is different, every grade book system is different, everything is different. Every class of students was different, okay? And so the same way with coaching is that we don't need to have all of the answers before we just jump in and go for it and lead our challenge group, lead a free group, invite people to learn more about being on our team by coming into the open house. You know, you just need to step into it. You don't need to wait on anything. You just need to execute. And that's a huge part of this. It's like, I'm going to put it on my calendar and then I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. But guess what? You also have the freedom and flexibility on that calendar to move things. I've done that so many times where I'm like, challenge group starting the 7th and nobody joined. Okay, we'll start the 14th. Let's go. Let's do this. I mean, that's happened so much where it's like, well, I didn't really get any new people for that one, so let's just move that date a little bit. I'm the owner of this business. I can move that calendar and move that on the date or on the calendar anytime I want to. And you get to do the same thing, but you have to execute it. You got to start a challenge group, invite people to it, get people started, invite people to be part of coaching, and run that free group this month. This is the most amazing group for a free group, or most amazing month for a free group. I just feel like people are just going to eat it up. People need it. They need your love. They need your light. They need your energy this month. So what you guys need to do is plan your month if you haven't yet. And you need to make sure you know when you're starting a challenge group and do it for your team, right? And you need to start a free group for your team. We did one last month and it was so fun. It was just a free 5-day bod group. And it was awesome. We got people in bod, a free 5-day wellness challenge on bod groups. We got people into a bod group. We gave them sample workouts. They were logging their workouts. They were having a blast and they loved the platform and they got to see it. Right? They also got to see what they didn't have, which was kind of nice too, because they're like, I want to be a part of this. And then it was over and they're like, poof, where did that go? What are you doing next? I liked this, right? So getting people in and giving them a sample and a taste of what you can offer them is huge. Know what you're inviting people to and just get really, really excited about the month ahead. So you guys, I'm pumped about it and I hope that you are too. I'm going to read the chat box and I hope this was helpful because I think sometimes we just need those tangible things to guide us. I know I was talking to Megan earlier, like last week, and we had to have the same conversation because she had so much going on with starting to homeschool her children with her daughters and traveling and this and that and family in from out of town. And she just kind of felt lost. I'm like, no, we got to get back to the basics. And this is the basics of having that marketing plan, knowing your plan and knowing what you're inviting to. But the thing of it is I've been duplicating that same process for 8 years. That's just what you just do that every single month, you guys. Duplicate that process every single month. It is so simple. It's so easy. You know, you've totally got this. But if you just keep duplicating that every month, and you don't need to wait on your coach to do it. Like, you do it. That's the thing too. It's like you can lead your own groups. You don't need to wait for someone else to give you permission to do that. You absolutely take charge and do it yourself because it is your business. Okay. Anybody have any questions? All right. Let's see here. Anybody want to go grab a glass of wine and just sit and chat for a little bit? I'm just kidding. I mean, kind of not, but oh, Caroline's got her water. She's ready. I have my water too. I'm not drinking wine tonight, but okay. All right. So anybody have any questions whatsoever? I'm going to take the daily declaration, put it on a Facebook post that I will put in the team page that you all can also put on your, save it to your phone as well. So we can do that too. Okay. All right, you guys. Are you ready for a good month? I'm so ready. So ready. Okay. All right, you guys. Thanks so much. So what's coming up? What do we need to know? Sweaty Saturday, next Saturday. Change the time to 8 a.m. So all of our West Coasters, we love you so much, and we would love to see you on that. Okay, bright-eyed, right? I don't know, right? I'm sorry, Randy. But anyway, we're just playing with that for the month of September to see if that helps some of our people be able to make it. So we're just kind of changing things around. We might move it around in the month of October as well. We'll just see what happens. But 8 a.m. next Saturday is our Sweaty Saturday. I'm going to be live on the team page tomorrow at noon to welcome all of our new coaches. Okay, I'm just so excited about this month. I think it's going to be awesome. Anybody going to get pumpkin spice? Yeah. Okay. Erica, don't you love pumpkin spice? Is that you? Do you love it?
I love peppermint mocha.
Oh yeah, peppermint mocha is my jam too. I
like pumpkin spice, and you totally should get it. Like, absolutely. Like, I drink it and I really like it, but peppermint mocha is my jam.
Yeah, I could drink peppermint mocha every single day, but pumpkin spice is kind of like a treat, just like getting a pumpkin spice latte to me. But some people drink it every single day and like are obsessed with it. So I think it's just all in what you love. But I also love pumpkin, so I do love it. Anyway, I'm excited for you guys to get it if you haven't had it before. Carolyn, I still have some from last year. It might be expired by now, sister. So you have to look on the box and see.
And we need to get a picture, you guys. So
yes.
unmute your audio, or not your audio, your video. There we go.
I'm glad you remembered that. Okay. Jenny's getting dressed. Okay. Are you dressed? All right, good. Okay. I'll tell you. Don't do something other than smiling. You can like peace, heart, flex. I don't know, whatever else you would do. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, let me make sure I got everybody. Oh, page 2. One more. Okay, everybody smile because you know what page you're on. 1, 2, 3. Got it. Okay, I'll put those on the team page too so you guys can use them. Okay.
Well, can you make sure Millie was looking? Because that's kind of important.
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She was actually, I think she was smiling. I mean, so she was ready for it.
Thank you, Erin.
You're welcome, you guys. See you later. Bye.